Welcome to this week's edition of How is the Rutherford County Real Estate Market. Today is Easter Sunday of 2025, and I'm John Turner with Onward Real Estate. I'm here to bring you this week's housing stats in Rutherford County. We'll go ahead and start out with our current listings. Currently, we have 1,328 homes for sale. This is up from last week a little bit. It's up quite a bit from this time last year. Last year we had 864, and as I said, 1,328 this year. A huge increase there. That's really led to our month supply. This time last year we had just over 2 months supply of inventory. This week we have 3.71 months supply. Now I will remind you that a balanced market is somewhere around 5 to 6 months supply of inventory, but we continue this rapid progression from a very strong seller's market, and we're now approaching a balanced market. We're still, a month and a half away as far as inventory goes. Depending on how the trends go, we could end up there fairly quickly, or it may take a little while. Probably some of that has to do with tariffs and mortgage rates and whatever happens on that front. A lot of times I'm asked how much of this inventory is new construction versus existing homes. Well, right now, 41% of our current inventory is new construction, which means 59% would be existing homes. So far, the sales this year for 2025, 32% of our sales have been new construction, and 68% existing homes. So about a third new construction that have sold versus 2/3 of existing homes. This week we pinned at 118 units. There's a national trend where it looks like pendings this year are starting to exceed pendings last year. It's happened for the past 3 or 4 months nationally. We have not seen that here locally yet, as we've only had 1 week this year where we actually exceeded the pendings of last year. Week over week, same time periods. We are getting closer though. This week, as I said, 118 pending units. This time last year, 127. So that number's, like I say, getting really close. 82 new listings last year at this time versus 110 this year. So that's a extra. 28 homes that came on the market this week versus this time last year. We also saw about 9% of our market go under contract. We just look at the number of pendings this week and in relation to how many homes we had on the market. I will tell you that this time last year, we were about 15% of the market was going under contract each week. So a little bit more competition out there for our listings. We actually see a lot of opportunities for buyers, and I think that's one of the reasons why sales are starting to pick up a little bit. Is I think some of your savvy buyers are starting to look out there and say, you know what, I don't know how long this is going to last. It may last a while, it may not, but there's probably some motivated sellers out there, and I think it's about time for me to jump back into the market. So we've seen quite a bit of that here in the past week or two. 900,000. I've been harping on this. About half of our inventory is existing homes. So a little over half is existing homes in the 900,000, which means just a little under half is new construction. And we have a huge surplus there. 22 and a half months supply. I mean, almost 2 years supply in the 900. So, it's just not a good price point to be in. Interestingly enough, though, over 1 million. Last year, we had 8 months supply of homes over 1 million. This year, we have 6.5 months supply. So that market over 1 million is actually a lot healthier than the 900,000s. But just looking, I was comparing different price ranges over between this week and this week last year. And it's really interesting. I'll throw out just some current listings to you. In the 300,000s, we have 269 versus 168 last year. So over 100 more available homes in the 300 to 400,000 range. It's kind of the same thing. 120 more homes in the 400 to 500,000 range than what we had last year. And then in the 500,000s, roughly the same thing. 600,000s actually have been holding fairly steady year over year. So take that for what it's worth. It's just interesting watching these trends. I don't know exactly where we're going to go. Everybody asks me what's going to happen with interest rates. And I'm like, yeah, I can't even tell you the day of what's going to happen with them. Just a lot of things going on, a lot of uncertainty. Whatever market it is, just really does not care for uncertainty. But it does. There has been a trend that it looks like we may see some easing of interest rates. There's just, it's like they keep trying to go down a little bit. They won't quite do it. Most experts think if we can get down to 6%, we're going to see a huge surge of buyers into the market. Most of your rates right now, they're fluctuating somewhere on either side of 6.5, depending on the day we're looking at. So that is your Rutherford County market update for this week. Again, I'm John Turner with Onward Real Estate. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. If you want some of these charts I use, anything like that, let me know. I'm more than happy to send them to you. And I hope that you have a wonderful week. Thank you very much for tuning in.